Aquarius, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, April 2nd to Sunday, April 9th, 2018. Now, what we've got going on this week is Venus hanging out in Taurus, where it moved into late last week, but where it will be for the next few days and weeks. All right, and what that's going to bring your attention to, Aquarius, is your fourth house of home. And of family, also your emotions. I think what you're trying to figure out is how you can build something in your life that feels more stable, feels more secure, how you can have a more stable and secure home life, how you can work better with home and family, how you can have more stability when it comes to your emotions in some way. All right, so I think you're just trying to figure all of that out, how you can start to build something in your life, work with your home and family, get right with yourself emotionally so that you can finally begin to create a life built on something that really resonates with you, okay? So I think that's what's going on. I think as you're trying to figure all of that stuff out, though, there's still a lot of stuff going on, a lot of details that you're trying to work out, a lot of things that you're thinking and talking about. That's because while that's happening on Monday and Tuesday of this week, we do have Mercury coming into a conjunction with the Sun as it's going retrograde in your third house of talk and of communication. So even though I think you're trying to work better with home and family, build more stability into your life, feeling more comfortable at your core with where things are going, I think there's still things that you're trying to work out either in your mind with yourself or some details that you're trying to work out with the other people in your life. Just lots of communicating, lots of thinking going on. Maybe even stuff coming in with your community, trying to figure out what's going on with your community and your neighbors too. Okay, and I think what's going on before you can feel more stable in life, feel like you're building something that's important to you, just maybe needing to have lots of conversations in some way. All right, these conversations and these things you're working out are going to have a lot to do right here where the North Node is in your seventh house of partners, relationships, normally the one-on-one variety, with Mercury and the Sun coming into a trine with the North Node on Monday and Tuesday of this week. So I think what you're doing is you're communicating and you're talking a lot about your relationships, what's going on with your relationships. Maybe that's what you're trying to figure out. Before I can know how I'm going to build my life, what foundation I'm going to build my life in, before you can start to feel more secure and in your life at the core of your being, maybe you're trying to figure out what your relationships need to look like, who you need to partner with. Seventh house also rules contracts. So maybe you're trying to figure out, is there some kind of contract or commitment that it is that you need to make? And I think you're trying to figure out in what way you need to communicate and think about your life so you can start to work with people in some way that really can help you to build something in your life that's important to you and feel more comfortable, okay? So that's what's going on there. While you're thinking and communicating a lot about yourself, about who you are, about your relationships, so that you can start to feel more emotionally comfortable or secure in your life, I think there's also a lot going on here on Monday and Tuesday, where Mars and Saturn are going to be conjunct in your 12th house of your insides and of your spirituality. So I think you're also trying to figure out here not just what foundation you want your life to be built on, how you can work with home and family, how you can work better, communicate better with the relationships in your life, and make some big commitments. I think you're also trying to figure out, what do I really want inside? What's really going to bring me the most peace spiritually, internally? I think you're also trying to figure out here what's going on with the past, how you can kick some things from the past, overcome some things from the past, so that you really can move forward communicating about something that's important to you, building something that you really want, and working with other people to do it. All right? So that's what I see coming on Monday and Tuesday. Then after that, after all of that thinking on Wednesday, we get Mercury as it moves further retrograde through your third house, make a square with Saturn in your 12th. And I think what that could come to at the very end of this week perhaps are some, how do I interpret this? Because the third house and the 12th house are kind of interesting. I've been saying for everyone else, it's going to bring some decisions or some choices or maybe some hard conversations that could come up the second half of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, with Mercury making the square to Saturn. These conversations, hard conversations that come up, can have a lot to do with you, with what's going on inside you, with your past. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to overcome your past, how to overcome a fear of the past or some kind of fear of the future so that you can start to do more of what it is that you really want. All right? And I think that's what's going on. Either, you know, it's so hard because the 12th house is like a very private house. We keep it like hidden. a lot of times, and it doesn't express itself like physically in the real world. So I think this is why it's kind of hard for me to explain. But what could come in on Wednesday is either you have some conversation with someone about the things going on inside you, maybe that you don't show a lot of other people, or you yourself really come to thinking and digging up some spiritual and emotional stuff that you then need to deal with and decide what to do with. Okay, and I think this conversation that you have either with someone or with yourself on Wednesday and Thursday is going to require you perhaps to see your life in different ways, to overcome some fears from the past, and to start to move forward, being a new person, being more open about what's going on inside of you, and dealing with some internal stuff so that you can start to feel more comfortable in your life. All right. I think that's what's going to go on. Maybe a little bit more personal to you, a little bit more hidden than some of the other signs that may have some conversations or decisions come up, but I think you really are just trying to figure out how to adjust your internal perspective here so that you really can feel more emotionally comfortable, do more of the things that you want, be more open about what's important to you, and begin to work with other people in a way that feels really important to you at your core. All right, that's what I think is happening there. Even if some of these things that you think or that come up are a little difficult, I do think, however, there are some positive things that can come out of it. That's because on Thursday and Friday, we do have Jupiter here, which is going to be in your 10th house of your career, your reputation, and your social standing. Make a sextile over to Pluto in your 12th house of your insides. Okay, this is going to be happening for a little while just because Jupiter and Pluto are slow moving planets, but it's going to start to become more exact this week. And what that's going to bring is, if you can have these hard conversations, face some internal demons, understand what's going on inside you, overcome the past. I think what this alignment is going to help you do towards Thursday and Friday is really start to understand better your career, where you want your life to go, what reputation you want, what you want to be known for, how you can start to move your life in a direction that really resonates with you. All right, but I don't think you're going to understand better what career you want, what reputation you want, how you want to live your life, in what direction, until you first communicate about the things going on inside you, communicate about the hidden stuff, understand what's going on inside you, and adjust your perspective to let yourself move in some kind of new career direction, or just new direction in general that I think is going to be better for you and put you more at peace. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Then after that happens on Saturday, at the end of this week and the next week, we get Venus, as it moves further through Taurus, come into a trine with Saturn, with Venus in your 4th and Saturn in your 12th. And I think what's going to happen on Saturday, after you have these hard internal conversations, work some of these things out inside of you, so that you can put your life in a better direction, I think then you're going to start to find more of that emotional stability that it is that you want. On Saturday, I think then you're going to find it's easier for you to work with home and family. Then it's easier for you to feel comfortable in life, for you to build your life on a foundation that's more important to you, that really gets you at your core in some way, all right? But you're not going to feel more of that stability come in. You're not going to feel more emotionally comfortable, like you're working better with home and family, unless you first, during the middle of the week, make the internal adjustment, adjust your perspective, deal with some internal spiritual stuff coming up, okay? And once you deal with that stuff, to let yourself move forward in a different direction, okay, once you do that, then you're going to start to feel like, okay, I am feeling better about this, I'm feeling more stable, I'm feeling more secure, and I'm going to do what needs to be done here to build a life for myself, feeling more comfortable, doing something that really resonates with me moving forward. All right, so that's what I've got for you this week, Aquarius. Now, your card for the week is the King of Wands upright. I like this card. This to me is a card, I want to say, of definitely excitement, of passion. I see this king, to me this king has a lot of passion, a lot of ideas, and he knows how to make them happen. He has wild ideas, crazy dreams, crazy passions. He sees things that no one else sees, and he knows how to make them happen in the real world. Either he'll do it himself or he'll get other people to help him do it. And I think that's what's coming in this week, Aquarius. It's time for you to own who you are, especially with so many things happening in your 2nd house for so long. It's time for you to own who you are, own what makes you unique, own what you love, and to finally work towards it, to build it, to get people on board with you, to make it manifest in reality, and to stop doubting, especially with all this 12th house stuff, to stop doubting whether or not you're doing the right thing, whether or not people are going to accept you, whether or not you can make it work. You know, you can make it work. If you have a dream that you want, if there's something that you feel called to, That's different than anything that you've ever done before that seems like a long shot. I just really feel like I need to tell my Aquarius is that you can do it. You can do it. This card says to me, you can make your dreams manifest if you commit to it and if you work towards it to make it happen. And you're an Aquarius. I tell you this all the time. If there's anyone who can make any like weird, unusual thing happen in reality, make it real, it's you. It's you. So I think this week is the week to own that, to decide what it is that you want that really resonates with you, and to go for it, to start to make it happen, so that you can feel better about it. All right. So that's what I've got for you this week. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.